Hi everybody, I'm Terry at Holding Your Space. Welcome to my channel. This is an energy update and I'm doing this on September 10th, 2023. So let's pull a few cards for the week ahead. I'm getting that we're going to have a huge wave of energy coming in this week. So when can we not say that lately, right? But there is someone, like they're showing me a picture of this angel right here, and her hair goes straight back. She is blowing in this energy, and like a wind shear that's coming in, and it's coming up the east coast of the United States. I think that's the hurricane. But it also says waves of energy and water. And they're talking about jumping the waves. So I don't know if you were a little kid and you'd go to the ocean or even the lake and things would come in and you'd jump it. And then as you got older, you might try riding the waves, doing some body surfing, right? And sometimes the wave comes in so deep that you have to dive down. And sometimes you can surf over it, right? So just being aware of that metaphor there, that sometimes you're going to have to dig deep and go deeper into it. And other times you're going to have to ride high over it. So watching your energy with that. They're saying jump the waves. Oh, they're also saying, I was watching Tuta today and Debbie Freebird and Lisa Smith. And they were talking about, they were doing dream interpretation. Tuta was talking about Spirit was giving somebody a new pair of shoes to jump these different things that they were doing. So they're talking about that, these energy shoes. So imagine that you've got new energy shoes that you're putting on and you're jumping over and you're jumping in. So it's really quite lovely. Anybody else see all the colors change here a minute ago? Weird things happening on my computer this week. So really fun things, but a little strange. So this week we have friendship. So don't forget that you're never alone. You are always surrounded by love and light, whether it's in the chat rooms here on YouTube or at home. Your guides are always with you. So sometimes we don't see who supports us, but you are supported. And sometimes we feel all alone, but there are people out there that really, really care about you. You have abundance. So notice it. Look at it, because you are living in this planet at this time, and it may seem crazy, but it's exciting too. There's so many agents of change here. That's an abundant, isn't it? But also live in abundance instead of fear. So, when we live in fear, it's like we kind of attract it to us. But if we live in abundance, like, gosh, I've got more than I can handle here. This is beautiful. Let me give you $1 or whatever, and giving away things, whether it's giving away to charities or giving away to your neighbor, some extra tomatoes from your backyard or a pear from your tree. Just giving, because that does create more abundance. And then making sure that you know that you're always supported by your soul family. So that's beautiful, isn't it? We'll pull those aside because those are gorgeous. So dive down and body surf. The hurricane's going straight up, and there's wind shear coming in with it. And they're saying that they are blowing your face, like blowing your hair back, blowing. But it's coming in. I'm getting there might be some tornadic activity with that they spur on. And sometimes these happen, and it doesn't have to be with the hurricane, but watch the tornadoes. So listen to everything. Don't be scared, but just listen, and when you need to, be safe, okay? So something's barreling in like a freight train. So I don't know if those are storms or to do with the hurricane. But find shelter, they say. Also water. If you watch my channel, I'm always talking about water. So make sure that you've got your water with you. And I have a filtration system. It's gravity fed, just so you've got something extra. So if something happens with your city water, And sometimes our filtration system that we have on our faucets aren't good enough to take like potable water or water that's not quite right, and then you have to boil it and whatnot. So I would definitely get a water filtration system. And sometimes the water that they're giving us in our taps aren't great. So just be aware of that. Don't live in fear of it, but do something about it. So I have a Berkey and I can travel with it. I can pick it up, dump it, throw it in my car and go anywhere I need to with it. Okay, and they have other ones similar that are a lot less expensive or a lot more expensive. So, judgments. Oh man, this comes up again and again this week. I think for a couple of weeks we've been having self judgment, right? Not only do we make judgments about others, but the worst we're at is on ourselves. So, like, why did you turn there? Why did you do that? Or why do you look like that? That show wasn't very good. You didn't do a very good job. So, just listen to yourself. What are you saying to yourself when you look in the mirror? Are you saying, hey, hot potato, like Louisa Hayes did every time from Hayes Publishing? Every time she'd look in the mirror, she'd say, hey, hot potato. So making sure that when you look in the mirror, whether it's figuratively or physically, what do you see? Being excited about yourself and what you're doing. So you're doing an amazing job. And sometimes we think we're backsliding, right? Like, oh, I didn't get like a download of energy last night, or maybe my head didn't rush during meditation or whatever. You don't backslide. You reach this level and you don't go back down. I mean, you really have to do something horrible. It's just another learning process. And you're not judged in spirit at all. So knowing that when you leave this physical form, you're not going to be judging yourself and nobody else around you is going to be judging you. So just know, sometimes we acclimate. We need time to acclimate. Our body needs time to acclimate. And our spirit does too. So, we're pure energy, right? So we're pouring into this physical form on this planet. So give it a break, man. Like, let it breathe for a little while. Say, hey, hot potato, why don't you go take a nap? Why don't you go watch a movie? Why don't you go outside and play with your dog or the butterflies, or have some fun tonight and make yourself a tomato sandwich with mayo and white bread. That's the perfect summer sandwich, isn't it? It's almost getting done there. So, and something about the children. It's almost time to let go. And do everything for the children. They're saying, I don't know what this is about, but something about the children this week. So making sure that we're always doing things for the children. And sometimes we don't realize that we're children too, right? Look at your inner self. When you're telling yourself that you're not all that, or you didn't do this properly. Sometimes we have to look at our inner child. Like, what would the 3-year-old of you think about that? How would you feel if somebody said that to them? Use your breath work. So if you come to my meditations, you know that I love to do breath work. We always start each meditation with a full set of 3 cleansing breaths, inhaling in all the way up to your throat, filling your body with it. And as you exhale through the mouth, feeling your shoulders slide down your back, releasing into your seat or your bed, and pushing out any CO2 that gets trapped. So when you're in fight or flight or fear response, we do that. And we've certainly had moments of fight or flight in the last 5 years, haven't we? So recognizing that, just giving yourself 3 of those cleansing breaths whenever you need to. And of course, the alternate nostril breathing. Just putting your thumb over your nose, one of your nostrils, and breathing out. Then your index finger, and then alternating, breathing in and out. Again. Do that 4 or 5 times on each nostril. And you're going to notice a difference. It activates your vagus nerve, reduces your blood pressure, returns your body to homeostasis. So it's a really quick thing that they do in hospitals when people are having panic attacks. Also, we do it in Ayurveda. And it's just an old Vedic tool. It's thousands and thousands of years old. There's also the box breath, breathing into the count of 4 through the nostrils, holding for the count of 4, exhaling through the nostrils for the count of 4, and holding for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We do that 4 times. Again, activates the vagus nerve, releases endorphins, lowers your blood pressure. And this is entertainment only, but again, they practice this all over the world. So, and it's an ancient thing that they still do in hospitals. That calmed me down. That feels good. And they're saying to center and align your energy. So every day, I love Kevin Lewis always talks about call your spirit back. So call your spirit back every day before you go to bed. Maybe even call it back in the morning when you wake up. So always aligning your spirit, seeing yourself surrounded by your angels. And in our meditations, we call in our 33 trillion angels, feeling them all around us, a wall of wings and protection. We've also been talking a lot this week with Annie Bear, 7 F's, 7 feathers, and about protection and maybe putting cornmeal around the perimeter of your property with salt, and sage. And sometimes we need to spray sage because not everybody wants to smell the powder or the dust or the fire, the smoke. Smoke was the word I was looking for. It's bad for our lungs or something. So go ahead and spray the water if you need to. But make sure that you're holding yourself in divine protection, being divinely guided, and walking in your strength. Now, that can also mean for you perhaps seeing Ninja Turtles behind you. Whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be angels. It can be Durga Ma, Ninja Turtles, whatever. Anybody that helps. You are amazing, Spirit says. You are doing a wonderful job. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't look around in judgment because where you are right now is perfect, perfectly aligned with the universe. You're always aligned with the universe. And just knowing that you're always energy and love. You are divine being. Right where you should be. We don't backslide, so don't be upset about that. They're also saying rest up and be peaceful with your energy. So be gentle with yourself this week. All that judgment comes in. Everything's going to shift pretty soon with astrology, they said. But give yourself some more time. Just relax with it. Let yourself be. I am. Do your intentions. I am the light. I am love. I am the universe. And just recognizing your divine light while you're here, because it's not always easy. There's all sorts of things going on around you, right? But knowing that you are always aligned and walking in your light and calling in your backup. Find joy. I said find joy at least once a day. Once you start looking for joy once a day, like what's going to make you happy today? What can you reward yourself with to make you happy today? Like, oh, I made my bed. I like to go to the thrift store, so I'm going to take myself shopping. Or I like ice cream, or I like watching TV, or buying new cars, or doing yoga. Find joy in it. Maybe it's being outside and watching the kids play. Whatever it is, find joy and wonder. And then they're also saying climb the mountain. So this is the time that we might feel like we're going uphill. And it's a hard climb, like, the solar flashes and stuff that we're getting. It's what I call a King Kong day, where you walk out of bed and you feel like, like you've just gotten out of the pool and you're 300 pounds or something on top of your head and you're walking like that. So just knowing that there'll be days like that. That's a song, right? So giving yourself some gentleness, a reward, a cleansing, a calming. They're saying to look for the circles and the triangles. So of course triangles are quite beautiful. They represent the Trinity, which is big in all religions and spirituality. So looking for the triangles and the circles. I don't know what it is about that, but that's what they're saying. They're also saying each day do a different sense. So I think we're going to do that on our meditations. Remind me if I don't do it. So each day, I think this coming week of September the 11th, we're going to start doing a different sense. So that would work out well in meditation. So just noticing that sense. So say we do smell on Monday, but whatever sense you want to use. Like one day, just tell yourself if you want to, I'm going to work on smelling today and enjoying it. So just walking outside or when you're sitting at your desk or driving in your car, just noticing that smell, whatever it is, and kind of go into it, think about it, might bring back memories. And then the next day going into taste, what does my water taste like? Just being aware. This will build our awareness. So we're going to try a different one every day. So if you want to, try it with us. I think that'll be fun. So we'll do that every day. I'm going to go ahead and pull a few more cards for the week. And we'll see what's going on. I just love these little cards that Libby made from Magister's Tarot. They're so easy to read. Is there anything else you want me to say? Watch your dreams. Look at your dreams. There's lots of dream channels out there. I'm on one on Wednesday nights with Allie from Heart and Soul Connected, and also with Kate from Dream Detectives. And then Debbie Freebird and Lisa Smith and JJ at Utah Speaks. They all do a dream interpretation class too, but there's others. Okay, so I'm getting the lightning bolt being struck down. Somebody's going to be angry. This might be political. This might be weather. And it's a worldwide thing. So something's going down. People are going to be angry. This might be news about something. Divine feminine energy has something to do with a woman being very brave and happy. We're going to be happy about something because there's going to be a transformation. And there's a key to unlock something. And growth. So I'm going to take this to be, even though we're not a political channel, something's going to come forward on 45's thing, because I got a real feeling of this being maybe Fanny. And I think she's in Georgia, if not New York, but something's happening on one of those trials. But also, be careful of the storms that come in. Angry winds, Mother Earth. So, it's hard because this is growth for the planet. This is part of the ascension process and just all the changes. The Earth is already in a fifth dimension. So we're just going to catch up with her. All right, so our first cards were quite lovely. So friendship, remembering you're never alone, connect, find that love, finding your abundance, what makes you happy and brings you joy and love, and then knowing that you're always supported by your spirit team. So really beautiful. All right, everybody, that's the energy update for this week. Have a great week. Namaste. My light sees your light. Bye-bye.